rumors persist and a question lingers. Did Bobby Riggs throw the match?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 mysteries in sports that were left totally unsolved.
The rest of the sports world is focusing on the news that his team illegally videotaped its opponent's signals.
Number 10, the 1966 Phantom Goal. Long before the addition of VAR or any advanced replay technology, England were gifted with a bizarre miracle in the 1966 World Cup final.
The ground in many places is soft, but the 1966 World Cup final is underway.
West Germany had fought them tooth and nail to leave the score even at the 90-minute mark, and so extra time was required. However, 11 minutes in, a shot from Jeff Hurst hit the crossbar and bounced off the goal line.
The linesman says no. It's a goal! It's a goal! Oh, and the Germans go mad at the referee.
All of a sudden, the ref consulted with his linesman, and despite a disagreement on whether it was a goal, he awarded one. Replays would show that the ball did not, in fact, cross the line, but the decision stood. With momentum firmly on their side, Hurst capped off the tournament win by scoring another goal, but the damage was already done.
It is now! It's four!
Number 9. Darren Bent and the beach ball. In 2009, during Sunderland's clash with Liverpool at the Stadium of Light, some kid who was there in support of Liverpool made the mistake of swatting the inflatable Liverpool-branded ball onto the pitch. Then, in one of the most freakish occurrences imaginable, it happened to land directly in the path of Darren Bent's goalward shot. The ball's course was diverted past Pepe Reina, and somehow the goal stood. The teenager in question was unfortunately shamed publicly for his actions and received death threats. But our question is why the rules didn't have any measures in place for outside interference. The ref obviously didn't see the beach ball in real time, but this error cost Liverpool the game.
Well, off screen, there's an argument to the ref from the Liverpool players.
It remains an all-timer in terms of bizarre football moments. Number 8, the mysterious death of Steve Prefontaine. At just 24 years old, Steve Prefontaine had truly set the world of athletics alight.
To us, he was pre. It was more than a name, it was a condition, a fanfare, a heralding of something beyond winning, above the sport, off the track.
However, just when he was sitting on top of the world, disaster struck. While driving back from a party on May 30th, 1975, Prefontaine crashed his car and died from his injuries. The official report called it a single-car collision. This was likely helped along by the fact that he had a blood alcohol level of 0.16%.
Hit the curb here, hit the stone embankment and flipped over on top of it.
It was obvious to me that somebody had ridden him off the road.
But in the years that followed, questions began to surface, most notably about rumors of a second car that was also involved. Skid marks on the scene suggested that Pre was braking to avoid another car, and yet the official story stands, albeit with many doubters.
His loss to our community and to Oregon track and to American track is just one that it's just very difficult to estimate.
Number 7, Carl Lewis's alleged use of PEDs. There's a reason why the 1988 100-meter sprint is referred to as the dirtiest race in history.
Well, this is the biggest story of the 88 Olympics.
Yeah, and we're getting all the attention. If we ride this thing right, we can make a lot of money out of it. We could build a sport, track and field.
Carl Lewis officially came away with the gold medal, but on the night itself, he lost to Canada's Ben Johnson. However, when Johnson tested positive for a banned substance, Lewis was promoted to first place.
In the middle of the night, I got a call. And it's like, well, Ben tested positive and he's going to be disqualified tomorrow. You're going to get the gold medal.
But here's the weird thing. Lewis had already found himself in trouble with anti-doping agents during the Olympic trials. In fact, he had failed a total of 3 tests in the past, but was still allowed to compete. So while Johnson had his medal stripped in shame, Lewis was able to bask in the glory of the top spot.
How do you think steroids affected the sport of track and field?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, it put us in the forefront of the drug issue, which I thought was a good thing, because it gave us a unique opportunity to try to take the lead in fighting it. But it also put us in a place where people could say, oh, everyone's on it.
Number 6, the Immaculate Reception. You know a play must be good when it gets a name like the Immaculate Reception.
Situation like this, of course, is all to the advantage of the defense. Bradshaw must put it in the air.
Terry Bradshaw fired a rocket of a pass into the arms of John Fuqua, but as he tried to catch, he got blasted by Jack Tatum. However, the ball ricocheted directly into the path of Franco Harris, who caught it and scored the touchdown. Here's the problem.
Could not have a double touch. If Fuqua, when that hand went up, if he touched the ball As soon as the second player on his team touched the ball, incomplete pass. That's the end of it.
According to the rules in 1972, if the ball only touched Fuqua before the ricochet, he's the only player who can legally catch it. If it bounced off him and then touched Tatum, then Harris was legally allowed to receive it. In other words, there's a chance the touchdown was illegal and is still fiercely debated to this day.
The play had lasted for just 17 seconds. Tens of thousands witnessed it, but nobody saw it.
Number 5. The disappearance of Bison Dele. Upon spending 9 years in the NBA, Bison Dele won a championship ring with the Chicago Bulls in 1997 and earned enough money to retire on his own terms at the age of 30.
When Bison retired from the NBA, one of the first big purchases he made was this $650,000 catamaran, 55-foot boat.
However, in 2002, an infamous boat journey alongside his brother Miles, his girlfriend, and the boat's captain would change the course of his family's life forever. Dele never made it back from that trip.
Something's not right.
Neither did his girlfriend or the captain. And while nothing was fully proven, it's assumed that his brother murdered the three of them and sunk the remains to the bottom of the ocean using weights he had recently bought. Before the truth could be revealed, his brother took his own life while awaiting further questioning.
We'll never know with 100% certainty what happened.
Number 4. 1973 Battle of the Sexes. 1973's Battle of the Sexes is seen as a huge moment for gender equality in sports.
It captured the imagination of the public like no other tennis match of the modern era.
At the age of 29, Billie Jean King took on the former Grand Slam champion Bobby Riggs, who was 55. On the day itself, King managed to get the win, providing a huge boost for female tennis.
They clearly transcended tennis and transcended sports.
It got people thinking about what women deserved, and that was the start of the evolution.
But here's the problem. There was quite a lot of speculation over Riggs and the effort he gave when the match began. Rumors began to circulate that he owed over $100,000 to the mob and fixed the match's outcome to pay it back. Is this just people who would rather believe a conspiracy theory than accept the match's result? Or is there something to it? Perhaps we'll never know.
Bobby doesn't get involved with mobsters. That's not Bobby keeps it.
Actually, Billy, he did.
Number 3. The Heidi Game. When an AFL showdown between the Oakland Raiders and the New York Jets came down to the wire in the fourth quarter of their November 1968 clash, something else was happening behind the scenes.
The Oakland Raiders reversed their fate with a victory that was unforeseen and unseen by the TV audience.
We knew that we won the game. The people in the stadium knew we won the game. But the people who were watching on television across the country thought that the Jets won and we lost.
NBC was supposed to broadcast the movie Heidi at 7 p.m. that day, but the football game was looking to run over. After some arguments and a total breakdown in communication, the movie was somehow forced onto the air right in the middle of the game's dying seconds.
Let's go, Aunt Dete.
Be quiet, Heidi.
Please don't make me stay here, Aunt Dete.
Unfortunately, Oakland was about to pull off an all-time great final-minute comeback that the entire east coast of the U.S. completely missed. There are many accounts of how this mess unfolded, and to this day, we've never seen anything quite like it.
Well, I didn't get to see the show, but I hear it was real good. Signed, Joe Namath.
Number 2. The Curse of the Bambino. Trading Babe Ruth to one of your greatest rivals is an unforgivable baseball sin.
The Curse of the Bambino started. The Red Sox sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees for $100,000. Ruth, of course, won 4 World Series with the Yanks, hit 659 home runs with them. It took the Red Sox 86 years to win their next World Series.
But the existence of the Bambino curse was a pretty excessive punishment, if you believe in that sort of thing. Call it bad energy, pressure, or just terrible luck, but it took 86 years for the Boston Red Sox to overcome that championship drought.
We like traditions around here, and they're part of the tradition. Go to spring training, this is the year, it's all great. Play well through the summer, they get hot, and then in the fall you start to get nervous, and they fall. Then all winter we complain about them and look forward to the next year, and it just keeps repeating itself over and over.
Out of all the infamous sporting hexes, this one is undoubtedly the most famous and widely discussed. Despite having a series of great teams that seemed destined to break the curse, it didn't happen until 2004.
Red Sox fans have longed to hear it. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
What causes an entire franchise to experience that many close calls? One of the strangest sagas in sporting history. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Spygate. At what point does winning by any means necessary become a problem?
During this game against the Jets, Bill Belichick's Patriots were caught videotaping the hand signals of New York's coaches in what eventually became known as Spygate.
Well, in 2007, the first instance of members of the New England Patriots illegally videoing an opposing coach's signals during a game came to light.
We weren't trying to be discreet about it. Again, in all honesty, we felt like what we were doing was okay.
Recording during a game itself isn't illegal, but there are areas designated by the NFL that you're allowed to tape from, and the Patriots were not sticking to it. Coach Bill Belichick was given a $500,000 fine. Unfortunately, all tapes in the team's possession were destroyed before the true scope of their spying operation was uncovered.
It's over, and we're moving on. It's in the past. We're done with it.
Are there any memorable sporting mysteries that stick in your memory? Let us know in the comments.
You know, the old saying that life isn't fair can be very, very true. I mean, it just was not fair.